A memory came to her. 2 years earlier, a customer at the cafe had told her, "You explain things so well. You should teach children someday." She had laughed and forgotten. In the quiet hills of Kenya, in a small town surrounded by tea farms and morning mist, there lived a 27-year-old young woman named Naledi. Naledi was known as the Strong One. She worked every day at a local cafe near the bus station, serving tea, bread, and warm smiles to travelers passing through town. People admired her because she never complained, never cried in public, and always said, "God is in control." But deep inside, Naledi was tired. For 3 years, she had been praying the same prayer. "Lord, show me my purpose. Lord, open a better door. Lord, why does it feel like everyone is moving forward except me?" Every morning before sunrise, she knelt beside her small wooden bed and repeated those same words. Every night before sleeping, she said them again. Same prayer, same tears, same silence. She watched her friends leave for bigger cities like Nairobi and Mombasa. Some got married, some started businesses, some traveled abroad. But Naledi stayed, still serving tea, still waiting, still asking God for direction. One Sunday afternoon, after church, she visited her grandmother, Mama Ruth, who lived in a small house near the edge of town. Mama Ruth was old, wise, and the kind of woman who spoke little but saw everything. As they sat outside under an avocado tree, Naledi finally opened her heart. "Grandmother," she said softly, "I have prayed for years asking God to guide me, but I hear nothing. I feel forgotten." Mama Ruth looked at her for a long moment and smiled gently. Then she asked, "When you pray, do you listen?" Naledi frowned. "I talk to God every day." Mama Ruth nodded. "Yes, my child, you talk. But do you listen?" Those words sat heavily in the air. That night, Naledi could not sleep. She kept hearing the question, "Do you listen?" The next morning, instead of rushing through her prayer like always, she did something different. She sat quietly, no speaking, no repeating requests, no long list of worries, just silence. At first it felt uncomfortable. Her mind wandered. She thought about unpaid bills. She thought about work. She thought about the leaking roof in her house. But she stayed. 1 minute, then 2. And in that quiet, something unexpected happened. A memory came to her. 2 years earlier, a customer at the cafe had told her, "You explain things so well. You should teach children someday." She had laughed and forgotten it. But now the thought returned strongly. Teach. Then another memory came. As a child, Naledi loved gathering neighborhood children under a mango tree, pretending to be their teacher with old notebooks and sticks for chalk. She had loved it. She had buried that dream because life became heavy. But now, in the silence, it returned like a voice whispering to her heart. "This is the way." She opened her eyes and tears rolled down her face. Not because all her problems were solved, but because for the first time she felt peace. She wasn't forgotten. God had been speaking. She had just been too busy talking to hear him. That week, Naledi visited the local primary school and asked if they needed volunteer help. They did. She started helping children with reading after school. At first it was small, just 5 children sitting under a tree, then 10, then 15. Soon, the parents began thanking her because their children were improving. For the first time in years, Naledi felt alive. She wasn't just surviving, she was walking in purpose. Months later, the school offered her a permanent teaching assistant position. The salary was not huge, but her heart was full. One evening, she returned to Mama Ruth's house with a smile brighter than the sunset. "I understand now," Naledi said. Mama Ruth laughed softly. "Understand what?" Naledi smiled through grateful tears. "Prayer is not just talking to God. It is talking with him." Mama Ruth nodded. Yes, God is not far away. Sometimes he is simply waiting for us to be still. That night, as the stars filled the Kenyan sky, Naledi knelt beside her bed again. But this prayer was different. She no longer prayed from panic. She prayed from peace. "Thank you, Lord," she whispered. "Thank you for answering me, even when I did not know how to listen." And in the silence that followed, her heart was calm, because now she knew. Sometimes God's answer does not come in thunder. Sometimes it comes in stillness. And sometimes the greatest direction in life begins the moment we stop talking long enough to listen. The Kingdom of Eldoria. Secrets and Shadows, 1670s. After the clever defense against the neighboring invaders, Eldoria thrived. The city's crystal towers reflected the sunlight like prisms, and the river sparkled with colors unseen in any other land. But not all in the kingdom celebrated in peace. In the shadows of the marble streets, murmurs of betrayal began to grow. Misty morning, a stranger appeared at the palace gates. Leora, a wandering scholar from a distant desert land, whose knowledge of ancient languages and hidden symbols rivaled even the queen's own. She carried an ornate box carved with celestial maps and strange glyphs. Leora requested audience with Queen Althea, claiming she held secrets about Eldoria's past, a prophecy that foretold both glory and disaster. The queen, ever curious, welcomed her. In the candle-lit chambers of the palace, Leora revealed a hidden truth. Eldoria had once been built over a network of underground rivers that connected to sacred mountains beyond the kingdom's borders. If the knowledge of these waterways fell into the wrong hands, it could shift the balance of power in the entire region. Meanwhile, not all of Eldoria's nobles were loyal. Lord Malric, a once trusted duke, sought the hidden magic of the palace library. He believed the queen's reliance on strategy over brute force made her weak. In secret, he gathered mercenaries and foreign spies, plotting to seize the enchanted scrolls and claim the kingdom for himself. But Queen Althea, guided by intuition and Leora's knowledge, sensed the unrest. She devised subtle tests. A grand masquerade ball where masks concealed faces but revealed intentions. There, riddles were whispered through music, and each noble's response was observed. Those loyal remained, those treacherous were quietly exposed, their plans unraveling like a tapestry. The Festival of the River Lights. In honor of Eldoria's victory over its enemies, the Queen instituted the Festival of River Lights, where floating lanterns drifted down the Sapphire River, carrying the hopes, dreams, and wishes of every citizen. During the festival, Sir Kale discovered that some lanterns contained secret messages, coded warnings from rebels still loyal to Lord Malric. This revelation sparked a tense game of cat and mouse, with the palace guards navigating the city's labyrinthine alleys to protect the kingdom. The hidden library, a labyrinth of knowledge and ancient magic. Queen Althea, Sir Kale, and Leora descended into its depths, facing trials that tested intellect, morality, and courage. One chamber posed a riddle. What is stronger than the sword but cannot be seen, heavier than gold but cannot be held? Only by combining wisdom, intuition, and compassion could they advance, proving that true power was not conquest, but understanding. Lord Malric eventually launched his attack under the cover of a stormy night. But Eldoria was ready. Using illusions, traps, and the enchanted waterways revealed by Leora, the queen outmaneuvered the rebels. Lightning reflected off the crystal towers, and the river itself seemed alive, guiding the loyal forces while confusing the invaders. In a final confrontation in the throne room, Queen Althea faced Lord Malric alone. She did not fight with weapons, but with words and insight, exposing his greed and fear to the court. Humiliated and defeated, he fled, leaving Eldoria's people awed by the Queen's brilliance. Legacy of Eldoria peace returned, but Eldoria was forever changed. The people learned that strength came not from armies or wealth, but from knowledge, unity, and the courage to act wisely. The Queen commissioned chronicles of the events to teach future generations the value of intellect over force and wisdom over fear. Even centuries later, travelers say the crystal towers still catch the first light of dawn. The river sings at night, and the whispers of Queen Althea's poetry can be heard in the gardens, a reminder that a kingdom's soul is built not just of walls and gold, but of heart, mind, and courage.